Something shocking is happening to the Jordan River, a place that many people consider sacred. Its waters, once flowing and full of life, are mysteriously disappearing. This isn't just any river. It's a site of deep historical and religious significance. But why is the Jordan River drying up? And what does this mean for the region and the world? Let's explore and uncover the startling story behind the drying up of this iconic river. Historical context. For centuries, the Jordan River has stood as more than just a body of water. It's a living chapter of history and faith. This river, flowing from the Sea of Galilee to the Dead Sea, has been a silent witness to events that shaped religions and civilizations. In biblical narratives, it's where the Israelites crossed into the Promised Land and where John baptized Jesus, marking a cornerstone of Christian faith. Its waters symbolize purification and promise. Yet, the Jordan River of today tells a different tale. Once mighty, it's now a shadow of its past. In the early 1960s, this river boasted a flow of about 1.3 billion cubic meters of fresh water annually. Fast forward to recent years, and it's a staggering drop to just about 100 million cubic meters, a reduction of over 90%. This drastic change isn't just a statistic, it's a transformation that's altering landscapes and lives. The reasons behind this decline are as complex as the river's own history. Climate change, regional water politics, and increasing demand from a growing population have all played a role. This isn't just a river drying up, it's a symbol of a changing world. The Dead Sea, the river's historic endpoint, is also retreating at a rate of about 1 meter per year. The link between these two iconic bodies of water is undeniable, each reflecting the fate of the other. As the Jordan River's waters recede, so does its role in the religious and cultural identity of the region. Where there were once baptisms and gatherings, now there are only memories and dry banks. The transformation is more than environmental. It's a shift in the very essence of a region steeped in spirituality and history. The drying of the Jordan River isn't just a current event, it's a story unfolding, filled with mystery. Current situation. Its waters, which for millennia have sustained life and faith, have dwindled alarmingly. The river's flow has diminished so severely that where there were once thriving banks, now lie stretches of barren land. In this current state, the Jordan River barely resembles its former self. The reduction in its flow has had a direct, devastating impact on the Dead Sea. Once receiving over 1 billion cubic meters of water annually, the river now contributes less than 1/10 of that. This dramatic decrease is causing the Dead Sea to shrink at a rate that alarms scientists and locals alike. Each year, the sea level falls by about 1 meter, revealing eerie, salt-encrusted landscapes that were once underwater. The consequences of the river's drying extend far beyond its banks. Across the Middle East, water scarcity is becoming an increasingly pressing issue. Agriculture, a lifeline for many in the region, is under threat as water sources become more scarce. This scarcity is not just about crops. It's about livelihoods and traditions that have been nurtured alongside these waters for generations. Moreover, the river's drying has profound religious implications. For centuries, the Jordan River has been a pilgrimage site for countless believers. Here, people from all over the world came to be baptized in the same waters where it is believed Jesus was baptized. But now, with the river's retreat, this religious rite faces an uncertain future. The decline in water not only affects the physical landscape, but also the spiritual fabric of the region. As we witness this transformation, the question looms: what will become of this historic river and all that it represents? Discoveries and mysteries unveiled. As the Jordan River recedes, it's not just water that's vanishing. The drying riverbed is unearthing secrets long buried under its flowing currents. These revelations are not only reshaping our understanding of the river, but also of history itself, particularly the biblical narratives deeply associated with this region. Archaeological teams, seizing this unexpected opportunity, have made startling discoveries in the newly exposed riverbed. Ancient artifacts, some dating back to the times of biblical events, are surfacing, offering tangible links to the past. In one significant find, researchers unearthed remnants believed to be from the period of the Israelites' exodus from Egypt. This discovery provides compelling physical evidence that adds a new dimension to the story of Moses leading his people to freedom, a tale central to the history of Judaism and Christianity. Each artifact tells a story, providing insights into the lives of those who once stood by this river's banks. The unearthed items range from simple pottery shards, revealing the everyday life of ancient inhabitants, to more elaborate structures, like remnants of old settlements and religious sites, hinting at the complex societies that once thrived here. Among these finds are also ancient coins, which offer clues about the trade and economy of the time, and tools that reflect the daily labor and crafts of the people. These discoveries paint a vivid picture of a vibrant community that lived and prospered along Jordan's once flowing waters. The interpretations of these findings are as diverse as they are intriguing. Some scholars view them as confirmation of biblical accounts, bringing a new level of understanding to ancient scriptures. Others approach them with a more scientific lens, piecing together the environmental and socio-political landscapes of the era. These varying perspectives open up a world of debate and discussion, shedding light on the complexities of interpreting historical and religious texts. The drying of the Jordan River, thus, reveals more than a changing environment. It's unveiling a treasure trove of historical and religious significance. Each discovery invites us to rethink our understanding of the past, challenging long-held beliefs and opening up new avenues of exploration. The environmental and political perspective. The Jordan River's plight is not just a tale of natural change. It's a story deeply entangled in modern environmental challenges and complex political dynamics. As we peer into the river's dwindling waters, we see the reflection of a region struggling with the realities of climate change, water politics, and the pressures of human migration. Climate change stands as a silent yet potent force impacting the Jordan River. Rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns are not just abstract concepts, they're realities hitting the river hard. The region has seen decreased rainfall and increased evaporation rates, contributing significantly to the river's reduction. This environmental shift is not just altering landscapes, it's reshaping lives, challenging communities that depend on these waters for their survival. But the story doesn't end with climate change. Water politics play a crucial role in the Jordan River's current state. In a region where water is as valuable as gold, control over this precious resource has been a source of contention for decades. Israel, Jordan, and Syria, each with their own pressing water needs, have built dams and diverted water, significantly reducing the natural flow into the Jordan River. This struggle for water is not just about meeting basic needs, it's a strategic game of power and survival, with the river caught in the middle. Adding to this complex situation is the impact of refugee influxes. Regions around the river, particularly in Jordan, have seen a significant rise in population due to the arrival of refugees from neighboring conflicts. This sudden surge has placed additional strain on already limited water resources. The impact is tangible. Reduced water availability for agriculture, increased competition for drinking water, and heightened environmental stress. In this multifaceted narrative, the Jordan River emerges as a symbol of the challenges facing our modern world. Its story is a convergence of environmental realities, political struggles, and humanitarian crises, each stream feeding into the river's current predicament. Spiritual and theological reflections. The shocking event has also given rise to a series of spiritual and theological debate, deeply resonating with various religious communities. This isn't just an ecological crisis. For many, it's a significant spiritual event. For some, this change in the Jordan River is seen through a lens of prophecy and divine intervention. They view the drying river as a sign, perhaps a call for repentance or a warning, much like the biblical narratives where natural events often carry deeper spiritual meanings. This perspective sees a direct connection between human actions, environmental consequences, and divine will. Others in the faith community interpret the drying of the Jordan as a wake-up call to humanity's responsibility towards the earth. It's seen not just as a natural disaster, but as a consequence of human neglect and misuse of natural resources. This point of view encourages action for environmental conservation by fusing ecological preservation with religious commitment. Faith communities are responding to these events in varied ways. For some, the river's plight is seen as a test of faith, a challenge to be met with resilience and hope. For others, it's a motivator for increased environmental activism, seen as an extension of their religious beliefs. Churches, synagogues, and mosques are increasingly incorporating environmental concerns into their teachings, viewing care for the planet as a moral imperative. This situation has also sparked theological discussions about the nature of divine intervention and the interpretation of signs in the modern world. Scholars and believers debate the extent to which these events are divinely orchestrated or are natural consequences of human actions. The Jordan River's drying is therefore not just altering landscapes, it's reshaping spiritual landscapes as well. As the river changes, so does its impact on the beliefs, teachings, and actions of those who hold it sacred. This is more than an environmental issue. It's a spiritual journey, challenging and changing the faith community in profound ways. As the Jordan River's waters fade, we're left with pressing questions and a harsh reality. This isn't just a river's tale, it's a global crisis. As we witness this historic transformation, one question lingers. How will we respond to the changing course of nature and history that flows like the Jordan itself, ever onward?